Now we move to the next sections of synthesizing. Synthesizing is more difficult than paraphrasing and summarizing. However, when you write the synthesizing, you also need the skill of paraphrasing and summarizing. So a synthesis is a combination of information from two or more sources. When you synthesize, you take information from different sources and blend them smoothly. You read several resources and then you put them together smoothly into one paragraph. So it means that you read several materials in the same themes, the same issues, and then when you write, you paraphrase them, put them into your own words, into your writings, and then make into your own text, right? Like if you look at the figure, like some information from source A and some information from source B, you put them together, original writing with information from source A and from source B. Original writing here means that your own words, your own grammar and structure, you compose it by yourself, okay? In order to do it, we need to follow the basic steps for synthesizing. That's important, right? The first one, you need to read the material from all of the sources, all the information about the sources. When you read all the same themes, the same important information, you look for different materials. Like if you read the research about one issue, some people investigate the research, the same research, and then similar research. And then if you read at their findings, if they have the same finding of 4 or 5 researchers, so when you need to paraphrase into your own words and cite all of them. That is synthesizing. Number 2, choose the important ideas from each source. You must analyze the information. Ask yourself, what is the author's purpose for writing this information? Then decide which pieces of information are most important in accomplishing what the author intended. It is always important in synthesizing to use only the important and relevant information. It is also similar to summarizing, paraphrasing, summarizing, right? Just need the important information. Number 3, you need to group the ideas together that are connected and that support each other. Remember, put the ideas together. These ideas are connected to one another. Okay? Number 4, combine the ideas in each group into sentences. Using your paraphrasing skills, you can use your paraphrasing, your summarizing skill that we have just learned to make your own. You can make it in one sentence or 2 sentences, but it depends on the information you got. And then organize the sentences logically and combine them into one continuous piece of writing. Do not forget to include your original ideas too. You can put your ideas into it, because when you read a lot of information, then you can have a check. You have your own ideas. And number 6, you need to check your work for accuracy and smoothness, right? When you write. So you can have a look at the examples of synthesizing. You look at the source A, there are 81 words. Switzerland is a great example of linguistic diversity because there are 3 different national languages, okay? And then the main ideas you give is that geographical areas of Switzerland, central and northern regions like German, and western part French, southern region Italian, the Latin name of Switzerland, okay? And for source B, 68 words. The main ideas you give is that most Swiss speak German, okay? And then French, a few people speak Switzerland, something like that. So here you can have a look at the synthesizing. The first one is good synthesizing, the second one is not good. Like, although Switzerland is a small country, several languages are spoken there. In fact, this tiny country has 4 national languages. The most common spoken language is German, which is used in the central and northern regions. The second, something like that. Okay. So in this paragraph of the synthesizing, it has ideas from both sources. For example, source A, like German, is spoken in central and northern regions. Source B, the most common language is German. Okay. And the second, like, the ideas are woven together. The most common spoken language is German, which is used in the central and northern regions. Okay. And the third things in this good synthesizing is that the sequence of the material is very logical. Like, they has the first, second, third, fourth, the fourth most common languages, something like that. So it reorganize the information in a very logical. But when you look at the other paragraph, like Switzerland is tiny, but there are 4 national languages. The languages in order of usage are German, French, Italian, and Romance, etc. So the ideas are not woven together very well. It is easy to see where one source ends and another begins. Right? Source B information ends after the languages in order of usage are German, French, Italian, and the Romance. Source A information takes up to the rest of the paragraph. So in this way, the author doesn't know how to synthesize, mix, put all the information in the logical order. The second problem is that the third sentence is an unrelated idea about Portuguese and Greek that is not from either source. And number 3, the sequence of the problem of the languages by geographical areas is illogical because it does not match the list of languages given at the beginning of the paragraph. So in this situation, the second paragraph is not very synthesized well, right? Even though in terms of the ideas and paraphrasing, summarizing, all and logical. Original students writing. So when you use 2 sources to create your own paper, right? In this section, you follow 7 steps in the writing sources to write a short essay with a title, introduction, with an interesting hook, and a thesis statement. This assignment is also for your homework. Okay, for your homework this week, you need a body paragraph that develop the topic and a strong conclusion. Okay. So you have a look at the activity 5 in the step 1. You choose a topic. So here in the textbook, you have a topic, right? But I also give you other 2 very relevant topics today about e-learnings and about the coronavirus pandemic. And then you can select either of them, but you do the same activities, the same steps, right? Number 1, you choose the topics, and then in your topic you need to have some questions like what do you know about the topics? What do the reader knows about the topic? Like your friends, your peers, and your teacher, right? And what else do I need to know? Do I need to research this topic more? Something like that. Because if e-learning and everything, you just like, okay, e-learning is difficult, we cannot see the teacher, or e-learning is good because we can learn everywhere. That is, everybody knows. But what you need to do is to learn more than that. So do you need to do some kind of research? Okay, so very important. That is the first step. And the second step that you need to do some kind of brainstorming. You brainstorm the ideas, all the ideas that you have your own ideas, write down in a box, and then you search for more information online from other sources. You get some information, put it on the box too, but remember to keep the reference, right? And then step 3, you need to make an outline including the title, the introductions, and in the introduction you have the hook, connecting information, thesis statement, and then in the body paragraph you have 2 or 3 body paragraph. Each starts by one topic sentence and supporting sentences, and then second paragraph present the second main ideas, supporting sentences. The third paragraph present the third main point and supporting sentences, and then you have the conclusion. In the conclusion you summarize the main idea and you give your own suggestions or predictions or some recommendations, right? That is you make the outline for your essay. And when you work together, because in every assignment I ask you to work together to do peer feedback, peer editing. So you need to exchange the first, when you do reading, brainstorm, you exchange the information you know together, and then after you make together about the outline, you also need to suggest your idea, and then you use your comments, right? You can also use some question to help your friends or to help yourself think about your outline, if it's good or not good about the outline, how about the idea is interesting, and how about the information from other sources, is it appropriate citations and references, and you use also your partner feedback to revise your outline. Okay? And in the outline, you need to ask yourself some question, like, is there any aspect of the outline that is unclear to you? Give details, okay? Tell your friend. Or can you think of an area of the outline that needs more development? You need to make specific suggestions. And if you have any other ideas or suggestions, you can write them to develop your outline, okay? And then step 4, you need to write the first draft, okay? Use the information from the step 1 to 3, and then you write the first draft of your essay. Try to use at least 4 of the words from the academic work list in the Brief Writer's Handbook with activities on page 230 to 231. And then in activity 9, you need to, when you finish your first draft, and then you need to send your paper to your peer, okay? Exchange paper from step 4 with a partner, and then you need to read the first draft, use peer editing, provide comment for your partners, and you also receive comment from your partners, and then need to improve your writing, revise your writing, okay? After you receive comment from your member, you can do group of 3 or 4. If 4 people, so at least 3 people need to read your paper and then send you comments, and then based on the comment from 3 people, you can revise your paper, and you also need to read 3 paper from your friends and then provide them the feedback, okay, and revise it. And finally, before you submit to the teacher, you need to proofread, read again to check if your writing is correct in grammar, correct spelling, structure is okay, and the ideas presenting smoothly, logically, something like that before you submit to the teacher. So in order to do this is a kind of homework. I also provided 2 topics that you can have a look. Number 1, clarify the difficulties of learning online e-learning and how to overcome those difficulties. Okay, so take this topic. I think this topic is very relevant to you now because we are now in coronavirus. We want to study face to face, but no choice. We have to study online, so we have to take it. Another topic is also very hot, like explain the reason why the number of people who has affected COVID-19 pandemic increase today and how to reduce it. Today you see day by day in Vietnam, especially in Ho Chi Minh City, more and more people has been affected by the coronavirus and thousands of people have died. So why that happened? The government try to do very strict rules to stop people from going out, shut down every business, and then lock down every houses. Even a single house we cannot get out, but the number still of affected still increase. So can you just look for the information and then write? Two of these topics are very good topics and hot topic today, so you can have a lot of information online to use it as your additional information, right, to support your paper. And don't forget that you need to make time for your writing. We have 7 days, okay? Topics for 7 days, but actually not 7 days. Like you study and then from now until Sunday you have to complete your paper. So do it by yourself. And then that is the end of our section today. I hope you enjoy my class and then you can spend more time to study and do good homework today. I hope everything I teach you today for citing, quoting, and summarizing, paraphrasing, synthesizing, you can listen again to my lectures, and then you can look at the PowerPoint or the learning materials, then you can do your homework very well. Okay, thank you very much and enjoy your day.